Hi, on the Woodpecker today, René and I spent almost 4 more weeks at the cottage. It was peaceful, but we managed to make a lot of small improvements. Our stay begins the day before when we put everything inside the pickup box. The next morning, we're at the cottage with everything we will need for our stay. After bringing everything inside, we can enjoy the scenery. But we also have a little bit of work to do, like chopping this pile of logs that we cut last fall in firewood. We also finished the floor insulation, but the biggest job is coming. The water of the sink goes through this pipe, which is above the ground. It's an eyesore and we're fed up with it. In some spots, it's really above the ground just before going inside the dry well. To fix this, we brought some drain pipes. The first thing we do is lay them on the ground to figure out the new configuration of the pipes. Now that we have a good idea of where to dig, we mark the trench. When the tape is in place, I begin digging near the cottage, while René starts near the well. We have a lot of roots to cut, but most of the time, we're digging. I stumble upon a big rock, which is really in the way. I try to move it with the pickaxe, but the only thing I manage to do is to bend it. I have to fix it right away because we will need it again. I continue to dig, but just a bit further, I come upon an even bigger rock. So I decide to widen the trench. I stop quite often to help René to get rid of several small rocks. Another rock is in the way, so René digs a hole and I move it there. Now we just have to make sure it will stay there. Other rocks are a bit smaller, and I'm able to roll them out of the way. Okay, rolling a rock with this shape is not an easy task. But the worst one of all is the one that bent my pickaxe. We dig a hole deep enough to push it inside. Okay, it was not a piece of cake, but we managed anyway. Now it's not in the way anymore. We can lay the pipes in place to see if everything goes according to plan. It seems very nice. The rock we pushed is really out of the way, and we can go over the one we pushed in the hole. This means that we can remove the cobbles from the boardwalk and dig the rest of the trench. Then we can measure the last section of pipes and cut them. After making sure that everything has the right length, I can glue all the pipes in place. Finally, the drain pipe is in place and we're happy. But I wanted to get rid of the cordon pipe. I found out that I sealed it with concrete 30 years ago. So I'm going to cut it and add a plug at the end. This time around, I'm going to seal the new pipe with the rest of the floor foam insulation. While the insulation hardens, I begin to fill the trench near the cottage. While I do this, René fills the big holes with rocks.
Est-ce que je prends celle-là? Ouais, tu peux prendre celle-là.
When the boardwalk section is backfilled, we put the cobbles back in place. It's not that easy, because the original pipe made the bottom of the cobbles less than straight. We manage anyway, and we put back the sand between them. But we're not done backfilling this hole. Well, it looks now that we haven't done anything, but we have a much more better drain pipe than before. Playing with dirt and mud is fun, but now I need to wash all our clothes if we want to wear them again. While I do this, René paints some Christmas ornaments. By the way, I will have 3 episodes on how I build this special chest of drawers. Now, René has a dedicated place at the cottage to paint for our Christmas fairs. She also wants to get rid of this rotten stump. I must admit, this was not a big deal. But finding a new arrangement for the cobbles is not that easy. But like always, we manage, and now I have to fill in between them with sand. René is happy because this stump had been bothering her for a while. On the other hand, this rotten plywood for the dry well access has also been bothering me. The sides are completely rotten. It's time to get the shovels out again and dig. In no time, we remove all the dirt and the rotten pieces of plywood. We also remove those rotten pieces of wood that were holding them in place. The rest of the structure is good enough to leave it there. If I can walk on it, it's good enough. We didn't pile all the wood we cut the other day. We piled it in a staircase fashion so I can get to the cedar I stored up there. I pass all the cedar to René. By the way, this is all the cedar we changed on our patio a few years ago. Since all this wood will end up in the ground, it's not necessary to cut it like fine furniture. We begin by cutting all the small pieces. Then we screw them together. Finally, all the new well top needs to be screwed together. After cutting it to the right length, we can tackle the access hole. When the walls are screwed to the structure, it's time to make a new cap. Now that our dry well top is done, we can put it in place and put the dirt back on top. Another improvement? That won't show. To prevent the rain from entering inside the dry well, we're going to install a section of the old gutter that we replaced from the cottage. After screwing it to a 2x4, I screw it to the woodshed. For now, the water will flow like that because I don't have the necessary fittings here. At least, the cap of the well will be protected from the rain. But something has really been bothering us. The slant of our outhouse. So we remove the rocks on one side. Using a binder, we pull it straight. After removing a bit of dirt and making sure it's relatively straight, I lay some concrete blocks, and now it's leveled. Just look at the level. To block the odors, I spray some insulation inside the visible cracks. Next, we put the rocks back in place. But this doesn't fix our soft floor. I remove it. The last time I changed the floor was in 2008, but then it was far from being rotten like it is now. I didn't have to remove all the joists like I do now. As a matter of fact, I can see that my outhouse won't stay up for long. We will have to make a new one soon. But for now, I put new cedar boards on the floor. Alain had removed all the small tiles from the table we replaced with our new chest of drawers, so we're going to use it for our new floor. To top it all, I glue new tiles on it. Now our outhouse looks like new. But you and I know pretty well that it's all rotten underneath. It rained a lot during our stay. It's good against forest fires and also a good time to do some editing. René does a lot of painting also. But when it's nice outside, I bring Louis on long walks. He loves the scenery, and so do I. finished our stay with the Lake Association barbecue. Obviously, René and I are now the official video producers of this event. I hope to see you soon for the construction of our new chest of drawers on the Woodpecker.